As you know, in the previous class, we have started the poem, and to give a slight touch to the previous class, there is a messenger, and the Duke takes him to his gallery. In the gallery, there is the portrait of his Duchess. Huh? And he talks about the art, Frappendolf, a great artist who has sculpted that portrait in one day. Clear? And then the count, or you can say the duke. The duke talks about the behavior and the attitude of his beloved, his wife. And he says that the happiness and the smile, it was not meant only for her husband, but she used to give that smile and that thanks to each and everyone, whosoever was there to pass a praiseworthy remark about his last Duchess. Clear? So, in the previous lesson, there is a thing that the sport of joy. The sport of joy, I told you, that is that dimple which is produced in the face of someone who is there to smile. So he says that it was not meant only for her husband, but she was giving that sport of joy. She was giving that smile to each and everyone. Then there was some possibility also that Frappendolf might have said some approving remarks, some praiseworthy remarks about her beauty, and she was there to smile. Now, her mental lapse, that is the remark of Frappendolf. Again, it is also possible that Frappendolf might have said that your mental, your wrist, it is hanging below your wrist too much, and I cannot paint it. Or the half flesh, the reddishness that lies around your throat. So I cannot produce that reddishness in your throat. I cannot produce that thing in my painting. And my painting is weak to produce that kind of reddishness around your face or around your throat. So this was a praise about my wife, and she might have smiled at that time. So that sport of joy is there. So that sport of joy was not only meant for her husband, it was meant for each and everyone who was there to pass a remark about her. Such stuff was courtesy. These kind of minor things, these minor things were a great courtesy for her. It was a great praise for her. Courtesy means praise, admiration. She thought, and cause enough for calling up that sport of joy. And it was a sufficient thing that brought that dimple in her face. Clear? She had a heart. How shall I say? Too soon made glad. She has a heart. But I cannot say what kind of heart she has got. She has got such a heart that it was too easily impressed by the people and too easily made happy. Such a heart she has got that was too soon made glad, to become happy very soon and too easily impressed. And she has got such a heart that was impressed too easily. The people can easily impress my beloved. She liked whatever she looked on. Whatever she looked at, so she liked that thing. And her looks went everywhere. She used to look everywhere. Sir, it was all one. It was all one mean, yani whosoever was there to present a present to her, to give her a gift. And if I used to give her the gift, so both the gifts were the same for her. Yani there was no difference between my gift and the gift of someone else, the gift of a stranger. There was no difference. Yani she could not differentiate between the two gifts. My gifts being her husband, being a great man, a duke, and the gift of a layman, of an ordinary man, or you can also say that an expensive gift or a very cheap kind of gift, inexpensive gift given to her by a common man, but she cannot differentiate between the two. She values the two in the same scale. And she weighs the two gifts in the same scale. She cannot differentiate between the two. So all it was all one. My favor at her breast, the dropping of the daylight in the west, my favor at her breast. Yani I have presented, I have gifted a very, you can say, expensive gift that she is wearing on her breast now. And then this my gift that is very much expensive, and the dropping of the daylight in the west, that scenery, the dropping scene of the sun, the dropping scene of the sun. So that is captured by someone, drawn on a chart and presented to her. So these two gifts were the same for her. My expensive gift that now she is wearing, and that ordinary kind of gift, the dropping of the sun, of the daylight in the west. And then another, the bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her. Another gift, the bough of cherries, the branch of cherry plant, the branch of cherry plant, someone have plucked it and presented to her, offered to her. So this gift and my expensive gift, they were the same for her. They were the same for her. Cherries, some officious fool. Officious fool mean, officious mean the man who interferes. The man who interferes between the two lovers. Now, me and my wife, we are loving each other. Clear? So he is interfering. He is interrupting. वो मुदाखलत करता है. So in that sense, he is a fool. He is a fool. So that kind of fool, who an interfering kind of fool, he plucks or he cuts the branch of a cherry and presents it to my wife. So she also accepts it, and she also receives. That man also receives the same thanks and the same favor as she is extending to me. Brook in the orchard for her. The white, no, another thing, the white mule she rode with round the terrace. If someone offers a ride on a mule, mule, that is a kind of horse, a kind of horse. So if someone was there to offer her a ride on the horse, so she was also there to be very much thankful to him, and she was there to be to value that gift of that man. Around the terrace mean around that boundary wall, around that area. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech. So all of these things, me and the other people who used to there, who used to give her gifts. So all of us used to draw from her the approving remarks, mean thanks. She used to say thanks to each and everyone, and there was no difference between me and the other people. Huh? So now he is talking about his behavior. That this was a very bad behavior of my beloved. The Duke did not like this kind of behavior of his wife, of the last Duchess. Approving speech means that thanks, or blush at least, or blush at least, or blush at least mean approving remarks or blush, happiness, smile. She used to give smile to the people or say thanks to the people whosoever gave her some gift. She thanked men. Good. She used to thank the people, to say thanks to the people, and that is something good. That is something good. I do not have objection on it. Huh? The dude says, but thanked somehow. But there must be difference in the way, in the manner of thanking someone. ठीक है ना? Like for example, उस्तबा